Hey folks, welcome back to SupeRonpoNatural, the show where I recap and review every single episode of Supernatural as the YouTube algorithm slowly whittles away the views. Turns out Trump's not the only one who always chickens out, because I am here yet again before I hit the view count I had suggested in the last video. Look, I'm weak, and it looks like the algorithm's screwing me over, so I'm just gonna close out season 1, whatever, 4 or 5 episodes left, and then we'll see where we go from there. If the views start to come back, I'll keep going. If they don't, I'll work on something else. Whatever. I've been enjoying this, I hope you've been enjoying this, and we'll see how far we can get. But if you're a loyal viewer and you really want to help me with the algorithm, I want to start getting some shorts out to maybe get some views that way. However, I'm not very good at knowing what moments are good for shorts. So if you've got a good eye for the YouTube stuff and you have a bit of spare time and you can go back and watch some of the earlier episodes and just let me know in the comments with a timestamp a good moment to include in a short. If I make the short, I'll shout you out. So let me know how I should refer to you in that comment, and we'll get a nice little shout out in the short. Thank you very much in advance. Hopefully that helps the algorithm see me again. But let's shove that out of the way for now. Make sure you like and subscribe. Seriously, just right now, just click that like button. It's so easy and it helps me out so much. And now let's hop into Season 1, Episode 19, Provenance. Oh, by the way, I do also have a new green screen, so if you see my hands suddenly clipping out of the screen, it's because of the green screen. I don't know if I like it better or not, but it's nice to not show my disgustingly messy room. I'm trying it, let me know. This one starts without a recap. Crazy. Instead, we pan around an old family portrait being put on a wall by a hot couple, who, considering it's the cold open of Supernatural, are about to become a cold couple. Because they'll be dead. Also, the dude reminds me of Justin Theroux. Is it Theroux or Thoreau? I could look it up, but just let me know in the comments. All I know is that he was really good in The Leftovers, you should watch The Leftovers, and he was married to Jennifer Aniston, so I burn with envy. Anyway, the painting, of course, starts to move. Someone is walking up the stairs. The door creaks open. We see the guy going up the stairs, so it was definitely someone else earlier. He goes in, tells the hot babe to turn on the lights. She doesn't. He reaches into the bed, he feels blood, turns on the light, sees her dead on the bed, looks up, and he dies too. Called it. Also, update, he looks like Justin Theroux mixed with Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah, you see it, right? You see it. You totally see it. Cut to the boys. Dean's getting Brandy's number, though whether it's Brandy with a Y or an I will remain a mystery. I bet it's an I, though. Sam's reading the paper and calls Dean over. Dean wants to hook up with Brandy and wants to hook Sam up with her friend, but Sam's all about the hunt. Tells Dean about the murdered couple and points out that there were similar murders noted in their dad's journal. Is it just me or do they look younger in this episode? Maybe it's just the hair. Cut to the next day, Dean's nursing a hangover. Sam did an EMF of the house, clean, and no history of haunting. Also, the house has no furniture because it's all on auction. We see all the fancy rich person cars, one of which has a license plate that says The Crip, obviously referring to Eric Kripke, the show's creator and OG showrunner, who is incredibly talented. I love the boys. I'm here for the VCU. Yeah, it's great. Put me in your shows, Eric. Come on, Eric, I'd be great. Come on, I can do a deep, gravelly voice. Come on, Eric. Do it, Eric. Do it. Do it. Anywho, the owner of the auction house stops them because they look like bums compared to all the fancy folk. And Dean's behavior doesn't exactly dispel him of that notion. Sam notices the painting, and we meet the babe of the episode, played by Taylor Cole. My wife's name's Taylor. Wow, she's pretty. I'm not usually a fan of lipstick, but golly, it works on her. She tests Sam's art knowledge, and he passes the test, as Dean gorges himself on canapes. Turns out she's the owner's daughter. She and Sam flirt pretty hard. He asks about the couple's estate, but then her dad steps in, points out that they're not on the guest list, and kicks them out, as she stares longingly after Sam. They walk into their motel, and it is bitchin'. Sam explains Provenance to Dean, saying that it's a history of the art pieces which they can use to track its origin. Hands up if you mixed it up with Providence like Dean did. Yeah, we messed up, although it's understandable considering it's Supernatural. They start gabbing about Sarah, and Dean convinces Sam to ask her out. Truly insane that it took convincing, because as I said, she is a dime. It is a bit odd that like a young, smart, beautiful woman is single and looking to go on a date with some random bum who crashed an auction, but to be fair, he is tall and cute. Sam and Sarah are on their date. Sam's given the wine list. He's clearly uncomfortable. Sarah asks for a beer instead. What a pick-me, am I right? And they chat about their lives. Honestly, all this seems a little too good to be true. Like, part of me thinks she might be up to something like Meg was, but it feels incorrect. Maybe I have slight memories of the episode from previous watches. I think she's good, but man, it's fishy. Also, while we're digressing, Sam's got a bit of acne in this episode, and I gotta say, it's kind of nice to see. Actors are people too, even cute actors, and people be getting pimples. Luckily, the beard hides them. Though it's a bit unfortunate that they popped up just in time for his romantic episode. Not that you can't be romantic with pimples, but it doesn't help. She calls Sam reasonably attractive. And okay, one last digression story, because reasonably attractive triggered me. I was living in Toronto trying to do the whole acting thing, and I was picking up extra work and various other gigs like that, and I picked up a gig that was for Canada's Wonderland, which is a theme park. And we were just, wandering around as a big group, and they were taking photos of us and videos of us on various rides. And at one point we were just waiting outside one of the rides, and the director says to the assistant director, just find like 10 reasonably attractive people to put in the front. And I was right there. So he's like, okay, yes, sir. And he turns and he looks at me. And he just looks me up and down. And then he just moves on. What? Bro called me ugly by implication. This was even when I had my hair. Like, I was kind of cute. I think I was reasonably attractive. Look at this one. Look at that. That's a body. It's my favorite photo of me in my entire life. Whatever, I'm not mad. Doesn't bother me. Who cares? Anyway, back to the episode. Sarah gave the Provenances to Sam, and he was able to learn that everyone who bought the painting was murdered the year they bought the painting. And it's on. The boys head to the auction warehouse, scale the huge fence in an incredibly impressive fashion, disarm the alarm, pick the lock, and start searching for the painting. I thought for sure it would have already been sold, but they managed to find it. Dean cuts the painting out, they escape, and burn it. Unfortunately, we're just shy of 15 minutes in, so pretty safe to say that's not going to do it. And what do you know, the painting reappears on the frame. Dang. The next morning, Dean realizes he dropped his wallet, probably at the warehouse, which is bad news because it has his prints and fake ID. They get there, start searching, and sees Sam's boo. Ooh. Sam says they're leaving town, but Wingman Dean says they're sticking around. Then he pulls out the wallet he claimed to have forgotten, revealing that it was a ploy all along. What a scoundrel. And a hell of a wingman. Sarah says they should go out again, but Sam says, nah, they really are leaving that day. But then he sees the painting, and he does a bad job of doing a bad job of hiding the fact that he's super freaked out. Does that make any sense? I mean, the actor, Jared, was trying to make it look like Sam was flustered but trying to hide it, but he overdid the flusteredness, so it didn't actually look like he was trying to hide it, so it didn't actually work. You see this a lot on TV, and a lot on this show, and especially with Sam. Sorry, Sam. You get better. I love you. You're great. Marathon Man was fun. Sarah says she won't let her dad resell the painting, that it'd be in bad taste, and Sam says he'll see her later. And to be fair, the frazzled delivery was better at the end there. The boys need to brainstorm ways to get rid of this pesky ghost. Pesky? 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 Suddenly the word pesky sounds wrong. Is that real? That's a word, right? Pesky. It's not pesty. I'm going crazy. Since it's generally the subject of the painting haunting it, they need to learn more about Isaiah Merchant and his family. Turns out it's believed that the creepy dad killed the whole family and himself with a straight razor because he was a barber. Apparently the wife was going to take the kids and leave, so he offed them instead. Which, from his perspective, achieves the exact same thing as them just leaving. So he could have just let them leave, but I guess you can't expect too much logic from psychopathic murderers. The weird part, they were all cremated. And the book has an image of the portrait. Double The boys asked for a copy. As a side note, the guy very briefly kind of brushed over the fact that they had an adoptive daughter.
Family with an iron fist, wife, 2 sons, adopted daughter.
And that was an unnecessary detail that he brushed over. It really seems like it's setting up the fact that it's the adoptive daughter who was the killer. Like, I've seen enough Scooby-Doo to know that if they just sort of introduce someone in the beginning, it's going to be them in the end. So from here on out, I'm assuming it's going to be the adoptive daughter and that the dad is just a red herring. Because Scooby-Doo taught me so.
We're actually mystery solvers too.
Back to the auction house, Sarah's upset that her dad is selling the painting, and frankly, her mild response doesn't quite match her harsh criticisms of the sale earlier, but whatever, she's pretty. Back to the boys. Sam has realized that the dad in the painting is looking in a different direction than the dad in the book, even though it's the same image. Dean makes another comment about Sarah, and Sam gets annoyed in a very younger brother kind of way. It's a fun scene. This whole episode is really good for the brother dynamic. Dean points out the obvious, that Sam's reluctance to date anyone is because of Jessica, his girlfriend who was killed. But he says she'd want Sam to be happy, and Sam agrees. But he says it's not mainly about her. Excuse me. Damn dog. But he says it's not mainly about her and refuses to elaborate. Sam calls her again and asks to see the painting again, but she reveals that it's been sold and shipped. The boys hit up the address it was shipped to. It's a woman who kind of looks like Susie Izzard, formerly and to some degree currently known as Eddie Izzard, in case you were confused. She came out as trans a few years back. Good for her. The Izzard doppelganger is reading by the fire with the painting on top. Creepy dude looks at her. We see the reflection of the razor. We hear a shuffling. She gasps. Everything goes black. The boys arrive alongside Sarah, who wasn't supposed to come. They break in, start looking for Evelyn. They find her sitting very still. She's obviously dead. We've seen this shot a million times in TV. Also, we saw her scream, but you know. Also, now that I really get a good look at that girl's face, I know her. She's totally the killer. I'm calling it now. Any doubt I had has evaporated. That's the killer. Get that razor away from her. No amount of zooming in on the dad's face is going to convince me that he was the killer. He was framed, that tells you. Framed! I didn't intend that pun, but it's delicious. Later, Sarah shows up at the boys' motel room. She looks even better with her hair down. Braids are the best. She asks the boys who they think is killing people, and Sam does the classic,
"It's not who, it's what is killing those people."
She doesn't want to believe that she saw the painting move. She wants to go with them. Sam says no. She insists because she feels responsible, and Dean tells Sam to marry her. And yes, Sam, you should. She's fantastic. They break back into Evelyn's house and check out the painting. Okay, Dad's clearly looking fearfully at the little girl. It's a done deal. There's no doubt, it's the adoptive daughter. Dean notices that the razor changes from closed to open, and Sam notices a painting within the painting, which shows a crypt of some sort. Side note, people online insist that Dean says Jared here instead of Sam.
Sam, check it out.
They even say that he confirmed it, like Jensen confirmed it at some Comic-Con, but I can't find a video of that, and as much as I listen, all I hear is Sam.
Sam, check it out.
I don't know if they, changed it, they ADR'd over it when they realized the mistake for future releases, or if I just can't believe my lying ears, but I'm sorry, I hear Sam. Let me know. I'm gonna play it a few more times. Do you hear Jared?
Sam, check it out. Sam, check it out.
I didn't hear Jared. I heard a slightly slurred Sam. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. Anyway, the boys and the babe make their way to the crypt. They break in, and it's exactly as creepy as you think, right down to the doll, which they should just burn immediately. I mean, burn it all down, really, but at least the creepy frickin' doll. Dean notices one urn is missing. He assumes it's the dad's. Back outside, Sam has a cute little eyelash moment with Sarah. She asks if there's something between them. Sam says yes, but it's not a good idea because he likes her, and when people are around him, they get hurt. He tells her about Jess and his mom and how it's like he's cursed, which he actually is, in a way, and yeah, Sarah would almost certainly die if she did stick around him, so that's probably a good call by Sam. Sarah pushes back, but Sam stands his ground this time. Then Dean pops in, revealing that Isaiah wasn't cremated, but rather buried, so there are bones to burn. Okay, I'm starting to have a tiny bit of doubt in my theory, but I'm still pretty confident. The way he looks at her is just so distinct. Never mind, I forgot about the doll! Okay, they're both ghosts, and Dad's trying to stop her from killing people. There we go. The prediction still stands. So they dig for the bones. They find them. Dean cracks open the coffin, pours gasoline, and lights the bones on fire. They head back to the house to bury the painting just to be safe. Dean stays in the car so Sam can make his move. But they get inside and the girl is missing. So is the razor. I called it. Did I not call it? I'm so smart. But you already saw the— Shut up, I forget. The door slams. Dean tries to get in, but he can't, so Sam calls him. They finally clue into the signs I noticed because I'm mother-flippin' Sherlock Holmes. Sam and Sarah can't find any salt, so they look for pure iron, but the doors all slam and a breeze kicks up through the open window, which they could probably climb through. I guess there's a chance they would slam on them and cut them in half or something. So, you know what? I'll half allow that one. The girl walks in with a razor, dull, and menacingly calm expression.
So wrong.
Yeah, agreed. Sam bumps up against the fire poker and swings it at the girl, and it turns out it's iron because she disappears. In later episodes, they learn to check the poker first. It's kind of a staple. Sarah points out that the doll was probably made with the girl's hair, so the guys finally think to burn the doll. Another gust of wind. Seriously, go out the window. Dean's speeding to the mausoleum. Sam's hit by a piano. Sarah tries to help, then comes face to face with Murder Girl. Dean gets to the mausoleum, but the doll is behind some sort of thick glass. Luckily, Dean has a gun, which he uses to pistol whip the glass. At least he's pretty. Luckily, he realizes his goof, shoots the glass, takes the doll out, struggles to light his lighter as the girl slowly approaches Sarah. Sam watches as all his fears are about to come true. The doll catches fire, the ghost raises the razor way too slowly, then burns up and reappears on the painting. And Sarah is safe. And seriously, so pretty. The next day, Dean confirms that the girl was the adopted daughter, who was adopted because her family was murdered. By her, as it turns out. And yes, he says Isaiah had been trying to warn people about her ever since. Except like he did a piss poor job of it. All he ever did was like, it's her. Do something more. She's killing people. Step out for a sec, Isaiah. Sarah tells the movers to burn the painting, and then there's an awkward goodbye between her and Sam. Sarah points out that she didn't get hurt, so maybe Sam's not cursed. Maybe he can come and see her. And I don't think he does, but I hope he does, because she's just swell. Sam leaves, she closes the door, and gets hella wistful. Like the girl is full of whist. And then her whists are granted because Sammy knocks on the door and smooches the hell out of her. Yeah, buddy. And that's the episode. Yeah, it was quite good. There were hardly any moments that made me roll my eyes, and I really liked the brotherly connection and interaction. Plus, it was nice to see a bit of character development for Sam, work out those demons. Literally. I'm also pleased that my prediction that it was the adoptive daughter was correct. But man, a part of me is like, whoa, is that a subconscious memory? Am I really not the Sherlock Holmes? But I'm just gonna pretend. I'm just gonna tell myself it was a real prediction. Because, I'm sure in future episodes I'm gonna have some bad predictions. But look, the fact that I wasn't even sure does indicate that the writers did a good job of keeping everything pretty ambiguous. So good job, writers! With all that said, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. A certain 8 out of 10. I definitely liked it better than the last episode, which I also quite liked. But let me know in the comments if you disagree. And also let me know in the comments of this video and any other videos if you think any parts would make a good short little clip for shorts. I'm hoping I can somewhat get back on the algorithm or something, because the last 2 videos have been lackluster in terms of views. But if you're watching this, that means you're helping to contribute to the views, so I'm not talking about you. When I talk about you, you'll know it. Here it comes. You rock. Yeah, you rock. But okay, most people have already clicked away, so to all you rock stars still around, stay safe, stay sane, stay smiling.